The morning sun came through the tall glass window of Jian Group, the main office. Everyone looked perfect, polished floor, silver elevator, people in suit moving quickly. In the middle of it all said John Jungkook, the youngest CEO in the city, his expression as cold as the marble desk in front of him. Namjoon walked in without knocking. He had known Jungkook since college and was the only person who dared to speak to him like a normal friend. Namjoon Kook, the media is everywhere. They are waiting for your statement. This is getting Jungkook looking up. His laptop is a titan. Jungkook, there is no just a story long out of proportions. Namjoon, your board doesn't think so. Your parent doesn't think so. You need a plan before our shareholders panic. Jungkook shook and walked to the window, handle in his pocket. Jungkook, a plan or a performance? Before Namjoon could answer, the door opened again. Mrs. Jian entered behind her. Jungkook's parents almost never come to this office, but today they look serious. Mr. Jian, Jungkook said, we need to talk. Mr. Jian, the rumors about your professional life are hurting the company. Our parents are calling. This has to end. Jungkook, I will handle was it will pass. Mrs. Jan, no, this time people are saying you treat stuff badly. They you are irresponsible. We need to show the world you have a stability and respectability. Jungkook rise and approach Jungkook. And how do you suggest we do that? Mrs. Yan, a marriage immediate, someone clean, ordinary, unconnected to business. The press will see you as a responsible and settled. Jungkook gave a short, bitter laugh. Oh, Jungkook, you are joking? Mr. Jian, we are not. We already had someone in mind. Meanwhile, across town, Taehyung was described the marble setup of Jian family private house. He was 23, quiet and steady. He had been working there for 2 years to help his elder brother Jin pay for their small apartment. The Jians treated him politely, but instantly Jungkook barely looked at him. Jin arrived to pick him up after his shift. Jin, Thay, you are tired? You've been doing double shift again? Then, oh, we need the money. Your job isn't enough for rent. Jin, I know, but you are only one person. Don't break yourself. Taehyung smiled faintly. Taehyung, I'm fine, Hyung. Let's go home. That evening, Taehyung was called out to main house instead of the staff quarter. It was unusual. Mrs. Jeon sat in living room, her expression careful. Mrs. Jeon, Taehyung, please sit. Taehyung wiped his hand on his apron and sat on the edge of the sofa. Taehyung, did I did I do something wrong, ma'am? Mrs. Yan, no, in fact, you've been very loyal. That's why I'm asking you something unusual. Taehyung phoned slightly. Taehyung asked me, what? Mrs. Yan folded her hand. Mrs. Yan, we need you to marry Jungkook. Taehyung blinked as if he hadn't heard. Taehyung, ma'am, marry, um, Mr. Jungkook. Mrs. Yan, yes, it's for uh, appearance. It will only be for a while until things settle. You will be well composed. Your brother will be sure. Taehyung's throat went dry. He thought of Jin, of their bills, of how cold Jungkook eyes always were. Taehyung, does he agree? Back at the penthouse, Jungkook was passing. Namjoon sat on the sofa watching him. Jungkook, they want to marry my man? You can't believe it. Namjoon, they are desperate and you need someone no one can accuse you of using for business. Taehyung is quiet. People like him. Jungkook, this is ridiculous. Namjoon, then say no. But the board might push you out. Think carefully, Jungkook. Jungkook stopped passing. He hated losing. Jungkook, fine. If this is what they want, I'll do it. But it's only for a contract. The next day, Taehyung and Jin were invited to a private dinner room. Jin, I don't understand. You want my brother to marry your son? Mr. Jian, it's temporary. We all take care of both of you. He can continue his study or work if he wants. Jin, and what if he say no? Mrs. Jian, we hope he won't. It's a good opportunity. Taehyung looked at Jungkook across the table. Jungkook's eyes were unbelievable. Taehyung, do you even want this, Mr. Jungkook? Jungkook, it doesn't matter what I want. It's a business arrangement. You will be safe. Your brother will be safe, and everyone will be satisfied. Taehyung lowered his eyes. Taehyung, I need to think, Jin. You don't own them anything, Taehyung. I know. 3 days later, the contract was ready. Taehyung stood in a small dressing room at the Jian family house, wearing a simple suit instead of his maid uniform. Jin adjusted his tie. Jin, are you sure about this? Taehyung, I'm not sure of anything, but if this help us, Jin. Oh, you are my brother, not my seal. You don't have to. Then it's already done. I'll be fine. In another room, Jungkook stood before a mirror, buttoning his black suit. Namjoon leaned against the door. Namjoon, now wash? Jungkook, no. Namjoon, liar. You are marrying someone you barely know. Jungkook, it's a transaction. Namjoon, transaction? Don't look back at you with eyes like his. Jungkook paused, then picked up his. Jungkook, this isn't a fairy tale, Namjoon. The small wedding ceremony looked place in Jian private garden. No priest, no guest, just family and a lawyer. The sky was grey, as if the water itself was hesitant. The lawyer spoke the word. The young hands trembled slightly as he held Jungkook. Jungkook's grip was firm but cold. Lawyer, do you John Jungkook take Kim Taehyung? Jungkook, I do. Lawyer, do you Kim Taehyung take John Jungkook? Taehyung softly, I do. Ring were exchanged, papers signed. Mrs. John smiled for the first time. That day, Jin eyes were full of worry. That night at Jungkook's penthouse, Taehyung stood awkwardly in the large living room. He had never been inside before. Everything was glass settled and silence. Taehyung, where, where, where should I stay? Jungkook loosened his tie. Jungkook, the guest room. I'll have someone bring your things. Then, okay. They stood in silence for a long moment. Jungkook, this changed nothing about our duties. You still handle the house stuff until further notice. Just no one outside. Jungkook, you don't have to afraid. This is just business. Then look at him. Eyes dark but steady. Then I'm not afraid. I just don't like being brought. Jungkook didn't answer. He went into his room and closed the door quickly. Taehyung stood alone in the west living room. For the first time in his life, he felt both protected and trapped at the same time. Taehyung walked on the hall. The butler had shown him a small overnight bag in his hand. The guest room was bigger than the apartment he shared with Jin. A large window looked out of the city lights. He placed his bag on the bed and sat down, fingers twisting together. A soft knock on the door. Jungkook, can I come in? Taehyung looked up. Taehyung, yes. Jungkook stepped inside, jacket off now, sleep roll. He looked like a seer and more like a tired young man. Jungkook, I wanted to make sure you are comfortable. Then, it's fine, bigger than what I am used to. Jungkook, if you need anything, call the staff. You are not just an employee anymore. Taehyung gave a small, bitter smile. Taehyung, no, now I am your wife. Jungkook was a little at the word. Jungkook, I know. This is strange. I didn't plan this earlier. Taehyung, but you agree. Jungkook, for the company, for my parents, not because he stopped himself. Not because you wanted me. There was a silence. Jungkook looked away. Jungkook, I'm sorry. This isn't fair to you. Taehyung's voice was quiet but steady. Taehyung, just treat me like a person. That's all. Jungkook nodded, and left the room. Closed the door slightly behind him. Downstairs, Namjoon was waiting in the large with 2 cups of tea. He had stayed late to keep an eye on things. Namjoon, how's the groom? Jungkook, tired. Namjoon handed him a cup. Namjoon, see, sorry, he seems broke, quieter than I thought. Jungkook, he is not here to be brave. He is here because we force him. Namjoon, you are not blind. You could make these easier for him. Jungkook, it's only a temporary. Namjoon gave him a look. Namjoon, temporary can still leave scare. Later that night, Taehyung wandered in the kitchen for a glass of water. He stopped it when he saw Jungkook at the counter making coffee without his jacket and tie. Jungkook looked angered, almost. Taehyung, sorry, I didn't know you were here. Jungkook, it's your home now too. You don't have to apologize. Taehyung hesitated, then stepped closer. Taehyung, you drink coffee at midnight? Jungkook, all habit from business school helps me think. He paused a second cup and slid it towards Taehyung. Jungkook, do you want some? Taehyung, I don't usually drink coffee. Taehyung, then Tae. Taehyung, Tae is fun. Jungkook turned to make tea. The kitchen was quiet except for two sound of water boiling. Taehyung, you do this yourself? Jungkook, sometimes, not every time. Everything has to be done by staff. Taehyung, a little. Taehyung. So the calls you can make tea? Taehyung gave a small laugh, surprised them both. Jungkook, don't tell anyone, it would ruin my image. For the first time since the wedding, the tension in the room softened. A few days passed. Taehyung cleaned the layout of the penthouse, the orders of the staff. Jungkook left early for meetings and came home late. They rarely expect at breakfast where silence filled the table. One morning, Jin called. Jin phoned. They, are they treated you well? Taehyung, yes, Young. The place is big, too big. Jin, a well can fall. Don't let them break you. Taehyung smiled faintly. Taehyung, I won't. Take care of yourself. He hung up just as Jungkook came into kitchen. Tie in his hand, Jungkook, your brother? Jungkook poured his own coffee. Jungkook, he doesn't like me. He doesn't know you. Jungkook paused at that. Then he left it without another word. One rainy evening, Taehyung was sitting at the table when Jungkook came home. Earlier than usual, his shirt was damp at the shoulders. Without thinking, Taehyung grabbed a towel from the counter. Taehyung, you all get sick. He stepped closer and held the towel out. Jungkook blinked surprised, then looked at it. Jungkook, thank you. Their finger brushed for a second. Taehyung stepped back quickly. Taehyung, dinner will be ready soon. Jungkook, I'll be eat here. They sat opposite each other at the long table. Taehyung served soup quietly. Jungkook watched him for a moment. Jungkook, you cook well. Taehyung, I've been cooking since I was 10. Jungkook, your parents? Taehyung are gone. Just me and Jin. Jungkook lowered his spoon. Jungkook, I didn't know. Taehyung, you never asked. There was a long anger in his throat, only truth. Jungkook didn't reply. He finished his soup slowly, eyes on the table. Later that night, Taehyung found a small box outside his door. Inside was a simple silver bracelet. No notes. He held in his hand, confused. It was the first time Jungkook had given him anything personally. He put it on and looked up at the city light. That night was quiet, but Taehyung couldn't sleep. The bracelet on his waist felt heavy, not because of its weight, but because of what it means. Jungkook hadn't said anything, hadn't explained why would a man so cold, so distant give him something so personal. He sat by the window watching the city glow for below. A knock came at the door. Taehyung came in. Jungkook stepped inside. His hair was slightly messy, his tie gone, and he looked like a seerhead, more like a boy who had too much on his shoulders. Jungkook, you found it? Taehyung, because I don't want you to feel forgotten. Taehyung eyes softened. Taehyung, I was not expecting gifts, Jungkook. It's not a gift, it's something to remind you that this house isn't only walls and silence. Taehyung tattled his head. Taehyung, then what is it? Jungkook looked away. Jungkook, I don't know it. The silence stretched. Taehyung finally smiled faintly. Taehyung, thank you. Keep it. Jungkook gave a small nod and then turned to leave. Before he closed the door, he said quietly, Jungkook, good night. Taehyung. It was the first time he said Taehyung's name gently. The next morning, the house stood less as unusual, but Taehyung felt different. At breakfast, he sat across from Jungkook as usual. The table was long, food spread across it, but today Jungkook pushed a plate closer to him. Jungkook, eat more. You are too thin. Taehyung blinked. Huh? Taehyung, are you telling me what to do? A small smirk touched Jungkook's lips. Jungkook, a suggestion, not ordering. Taehyung raised his brow. Taehyung, what's new? Namjoon entered, then setting down a file. Namjoon, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Jian. Taehyung nearly choked on his tea. Taehyung, Mrs. Jian. Jungkook showed Namjoon a glare. Jungkook, Namjoon. Namjoon laughed softly. Namjoon, fine, I'll behave. But the board meeting is in an hour. Jungkook, we need to go. Jungkook stood before leaving. He glanced at Taehyung. Jungkook, don't escape lunch. Namjoon caught the look and raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. That afternoon, Taehyung went to the balcony to water the plant. He hummed softly to himself. The rain from the night before had left drop to the leaves. He felt at peace until his phone buzzed. It was Jin. Jin, Thay, how was you, honestly? I'm fine, Hyung. Jin, okay, don't sound real. Are they treating you well? Yes. Jungkook, he's different. Jin, different? How? Taehyung hesitated. Sometimes cold, sometimes not. Jin sighed. Jin, be careful. I don't want you hurt. I know. Don't worry, Hyung. That evening, Jungkook came home late again. Taehyung had left dinner warm on the table. When Jungkook walked in, he found Taehyung waiting. Jungkook, you didn't have to stay awake. Taehyung, but I want to. Jungkook, looking up surprised, then said, Taehyung prawn soup into his bowl. Jungkook, you are unusual. Taehyung, because I waited for you. Jungkook, because you don't treat me like the rest of them. You don't flatter me, you don't fear me, you just look at me. Taehyung turtle his head. Taehyung, is that bad? Jungkook, no. It's confusing. For the first time, Jungkook ate slowly as if he wanted to stress the moment they pass into week. Small changes appear like crack in ice. Jungkook began coming home earlier. Sometimes he and Taehyung shared late night tea, sometimes silence, sometimes small talk. One night Taehyung sat on the sofa scratching quietly. Jungkook came in curious. Jungkook, you draw? Taehyung closed his notebook quickly. Taehyung, just a hobby. Jungkook, can I see? Taehyung shook his head. Taehyung, they are not good. Jungkook, let me decide. After a pause, Taehyung handed over. Inside were sketch of flowers, city street, and one sketch of Jungkook sitting at the dining table, looking decent. Jungkook frozen. Jungkook, you draw me. Taehyung, by accidentally. Jungkook, people don't draw others by accident. Taehyung grabbed the notebook back. Taehyung, forget it. Jungkook lip cursed lightly. Jungkook, I can't. One Saturday, Mrs. Jian invited them to brunch at the family mansion. Jin was there too, sitting stiffly. Mrs. Jian, you both look well. Jin, Taehyung looks tired. Taehyung, fine, Hyung. Mrs. Jian, Mary suits you, Jungkook. He prays has calmer down. Our parents are happy. Jungkook gave a polite note. Jungkook, that was the purpose, wasn't it? Mrs. Jian looked at Taehyung. Mrs. Jian, you were just dead, haven't you? Taehyung forced a smile. Taehyung, yes, ma'am. After brunch, Jin pulled Taehyung aside. Jin, tell me truth, eh? Then it's not terrible. Jungkook isn't what I thought. Jin, do you trust him? Taehyung hesitated. Taehyung, I want to. Back at the penthouse, Jungkook leaned against the balcony railing, staring at the city. Taehyung joined them quickly. Jungkook, you better, your brother doesn't like me. Taehyung, he is protective. He think you are hurt me. Jungkook, and do you think that too? Taehyung looked at him. Taehyung, I think you already did by forcing me into this. Jungkook flinched. Jungkook, you are right. Taehyung, but you are changing. Jungkook turned to him, eyes scratching. Jungkook, because of you. Jungkook, Taehyung heart escaped. He looked away quickly. Taehyung, don't say things you don't mean. Jungkook, I mean it. The day grew warmer. One late afternoon, Taehyung was arranged flower in a wash when Jungkook walked in. Jungkook, they are beautiful. Taehyung, yeah, they are simple. Jungkook, simple can be beautiful. Their eyes met. Jungkook stepped closer almost without thinking. His hand brushed Jungkook as he adjusted a petal. Taehyung, why are you being like this, Jungkook? Like what? Taehyung, kind, gentle. You are confusing me, Jungkook. Maybe I'm confusing myself. The moment was like glass. Taehyung pulled his hand back, breaking it. Taehyung, don't play game, Jungkook. This isn't a game. Taehyung, good night, Jungkook. He left Jungkook standing alone with the stars. The next week brought more stiff. Jungkook started driving Taehyung to the market instead of sending stuff. He watched as Taehyung chose vegetable, gentle at the small jokes. Jungkook, you look happier here than at home. Taehyung, because here I'm just me, not your wife. Jungkook, you are my wife. Taehyung glanced at him. Taehyung, only buy paper. Jungkook, paper can mean a lot. Taehyung shook his head, smiled faintly. Taehyung, you really are confusing. Jungkook couldn't deny it. One evening, after a long day, Jungkook came home with a slight limp. Taehyung noticed immediately. Taehyung, oh, you are hurt? Jungkook, just twist my ankle, nothing serious. Taehyung guided him to the sofa. Taehyung, sit, let me see. Jungkook, you don't have to. Taehyung, for once. Jungkook obeyed. Taehyung kennel gently touching his ankle, checking for swelling. Jungkook, you are careful. Taehyung, because you are careless. Their eyes met again. Jungkook head moved as it to brush Taehyung's hair back, but he stopped himself. Jungkook, thank you. Taehyung, don't thank me, just take care of yourself. But when Taehyung left the room, because you are Jungkook touched. Jungkook, thank you, Taehyung. Don't thank me, just take care of yourself. Jungkook, I want to say something to you. Taehyung, Jungkook, I do. Taehyung, I what? Jungkook, do you want something? Banana milkshake? Jungkook, no, I didn't want milkshake. Taehyung, then what? Jungkook, I love you. Taehyung, Jungkook, I was scared of my own feeling. I can't promise to be perfect, but I want to be your husband for real. Please stay with me. Taehyung, eyes filled with tears. Taehyung, you love me, Jungkook? Jungkook, yes, I love you. Jungkook took both his hands. Silence for a heartbeat. Then Taehyung nodded slowly. Taehyung, it feels strange. Yesterday you were my boss. Today you are husband. Jungkook, your husband. Taehyung smiled a little shyly. Jungkook, you are really bad at cooking, you know. Jungkook, then teach me. I'll be a good student. They both laughed together. Jungkook, can I? Taehyung looked at him. Heartbeat fast. Yes. Jungkook cupped Taehyung's face gently. No rush, no force. Their forehead touched. Jungkook. Taehyung closed his eyes. Then Jungkook softly a question rather than a demand. Taehyung trembled but didn't pull back. Slow answer at the first, then warmer. When they broke apart, Jungkook rested his forehead and gave Taehyung. Jungkook, thank you, Taehyung, for what? Jungkook, for giving me another chance. Then do thank me yet? Show me with time. Jungkook, I will straight now. They stayed like that, holding each other on the table, city light outside the window. The one cold apartment now felt like a home. Week later, a small change began to fill their day. Jungkook come home early. He learned to cook with Taehyung, burning rice a few times, but with laughing about it, Taehyung stared. Namjoon visit often teaching them, but clearly happy. Jin was his brother, smiled again and finally relaxed. On their 3 months anniversary, Jungkook surprised Taehyung with a simple dinner on the rooftop of their building, staring light. Jungkook, I know it's not fancy, but it's our Taehyung. Oh, it's perfect. Jungkook cannot not with the ring, but with sincerity. Jungkook, let's start over properly, not say and match. Just Jungkook and Taehyung, will you stay married to me because you want to, not because you have to? Taehyung eyes softened completely. Taehyung, yes, because now I want to. Glass him, this time without fear. Here, quite two people had been strand landing with partner. That was how turned into something real, slowly with mistake, applause and trust built day by day. It was not a fairy tale, but it was there, and that was the first time both of them felt at home.